I actually do a friendship audit every year. Every year. So the friendship audit is, what are my core values that I look for in a friend? What are my core values? And then I look at the people that I've very carefully chosen. I'm very careful with who I surround myself with.
Me too.
And you too. And I make sure that I am constantly aligning and choosing friends that are aligned with my value system.
So is that because it's so easy to get knocked out into one of the other chairs is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. And I think my value system has changed, right? Like, as I've kind of helped myself kind of move to that middle chair. And if people have seen my TED Talk, I sat in that left chair for a long, long time. And so when I kind of helped myself move to that middle chair, one of the first things I did is actually try to find friends in the middle chair.
Yeah.
And I think as women, if people have any level of success, women who sit in that middle chair, they will champion other women who are successful.
Yeah.
They will be like, woo!
So
Mindy, way to go.
Yes.
Way to go, Mindy. I'm so proud of you.
So good.
Right? I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you for your podcast and your book sales. Women that are really confident, it's like they have an emotional bucket that's all filled. They have lots to celebrate. But if people don't, then you'll see women not champion. You probably
do they criticize?
They either criticize or they're silence. And all of a sudden, then what you realize is like, oh crap, do I have a frenemy here instead of a friend?
Yeah.
So success is really interesting. I mean, we work with all kinds of very, very successful families and businesses. And this is a theme I hear all the time, that as people become more successful, their network gets small, their circle gets smaller, more protective around middle chair. Yep. Their network might get bigger, but their circle and they become more careful of who really gets access. And so,
that sums up my year.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
Just really being conscious of who I surround myself with because I need it for my own emotional support.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And women who are really in that middle chair, they will champion, they will support you, they will cheer you on. They're not threatened by it at all. In fact, they're so proud of it for you. And so the question that becomes, I get this asked all the time, what do you do with friends that we've had for a long time? What do we do with that high school friend that we really have nothing in common with? The values are different, right? What do you do with those friends in those different seasons? And I think you can have different levels of intimacy in friends. You know, you can have I kind of like see it as like circles. You have your inner core, which people say generally is only about 3 to 5, really, a really tight kind of core. And maybe you're talking to them like, I don't know, once a week, once a day, once a month. And then you can have like other friends that they've got a lot of the values, but maybe not everything. Maybe you're seeing them once a quarter. And maybe there's other friends, either you just kind of like drift apart or you see them like once a year. So you can you don't have to have, and I've had to learn this as I've gone too, we don't have to have everybody in that inner circle or the inner circle should really be kind of our value system and our middle chair. But we can have other friends in our life that, I'm an 8 on the Enneagram. So I love like the loyalty is like huge for me, right? So you can still have friends in your life, but maybe they're just not in that inner circle.
I just did this. We're putting out a Fast Like a Girl journal that will come out in the spring of 24, and I wanted to put some activity pages in it. And one of the activity pages was one that I learned from a friend of mine going through cancer, and I think it's an incredible tool that everybody should use. And what she did is she realized that the people around her were so important for her healing journey.
Yes.
That she created what she called the circle of support.
Oh, wow.
And on the core of the circle was her. Yeah. And so she wrote her name. And then all the people closest to her were the middle chair people. We didn't have a language for that. But the people that supported her and for no matter where she was in the healing journey.
Yeah.
And then the people that were maybe not understanding, like she was taking a more alternative approach. So the people to her healing, the people that were like, you're crazy, you should be doing this, or the people that were like, you're going to be fine, like just didn't support her in the way that she wanted. She put them in the outer circle.
Yes.
And do you know she had it in pencil?
Oh,
and she would move people around. Yes. And she even had her dog in there. Like it was so beautiful. So we've recreated it for this journal.
That's fabulous. And it's a great, it's a great visual on how, and I even like pencil because, like I'd be curious, your circles and your friendships, where it's all changed in the last year, right? Like as your success is just like, woo, right? So you'll see, and you might have some surprises. Some people might be like really
and
showing
some
up.
negative surprises.
Yeah, negative surprise. Like, oh, wow.
I saw some ugly ugly sides of people that I considered close to me, and it shocked me. So I think that's maybe where like the downside shows up of growth and success.
Yes.